Hey, Bo here. Today we're going to make this beautiful card that looks like watercoloring, and all it is distressed ink and a scrap piece of paper torn in two. Okay, to start with, I have a plain sheet of paper, and all I did was really just kind of trace a little silhouette of mountains, and I'm going to tear it, so it needs to be just very basic for me to know what to tear along. I'm going to tear it in two pieces, and it's going to be the bottom and the top, and we're going to keep them both. So let's just tear along. Actually, now that I feel this is more like a thin cardstock. Don't have to be exact. I think I'm going to let this mountain go up just a little bit higher, a little rounder. And kind of to a degree, you want to let it do what it's going to do and just kind of be natural. So there's the sky, and here is the mountains. This is the watercolor paper that I always cut to fit on a card. And so this will be kind of like a painting of sorts. So what I'm going to do first I'm going to tape my card down. These will move. You want to make sure that you have them securely on the papers, because you're going to be using the distressed ink brushes to swipe down. And this doesn't exactly meet, but that'll be fine. That really will be fine, because I'm just going to be sure and brush down this way. So what I'm going to do is start with my green, because I want the mountains to be green. Not being too exact down here where I don't have the paper meeting the side. And it's just always brush down and hold your paper, and then see you've created a little mountain landscape. And I'm just going to kind of keep brushing down a little bit. Okay, then since this matches this, I can cover this up, and I'm going to switch my tape around. And I like it a little darker along the ridge. It looks like a shadow, because I like doing like the sunset, little pinks. Just basically cover the mountains up so we can do the sky. And so for the sky, I am gonna do just a little bit of pinks, like the sun is setting and brightest there. And then we'll mix it. There's a little white ridge. We'll mix that in. And then I'm going to switch over to a little bit of amber. Actually, I'm going to see about using kind of... All right, so there we have kind of a sunset of sorts. And then I think what I'll do is I'll use my little finger sponge to just kind of smooth out some of these lines, just ever so slightly, just enough to get rid of the white. And then actually, if I stop now, there is kind of a distinct line at the mountains, and I just think that's really pretty. So next, what we'll do, so this is kind of just an example of what we can put on a card with the sentiment. I think I'll create a frame and then a sentiment, and then we'll have a beautiful card. And I think I'm going to keep it simple like that. So, okay, for the border of the picture, I chose this Paper Source paper, and it's not real thick. So I'm not going to use the foam pads to lift it because it would be way too flimsy. And so I decided to use a embossing folder. And so first I embossed it to give it a little bit of texture. And then I went ahead and created the frame using the die cut. And this can be used for something else, so we'll save that. And then put it around the picture. Now, the picture and the frame are a little too close in size, so I cut off about 1/4 of an inch in order to get the frame to go around it. And again, see how flimsy it is? You can't put it up on foam. It'll be, it just looks like a picture. It looks like a watercolor picture. It looks like you were talented, and not that you're not, but I don't think I could have done that free-handed. Using my little torn stencil, that's what worked, just a piece of paper. And then I went ahead and decided the sentiment. This is the reverse letters, I think is what they're called. I was calling them inverted, but when I got online and did reverse lettering, this showed up. So I think that's what it's called. And then Find Your Wings and Fly, I thought looked appropriate for this particular thing. So let's get this assembled. And real quick, these reverse letters are from Sussex, and they're just different little sayings, and I'm really happy with that. I went ahead and went with a black border because I thought it would show up a little more. I thought about using this green paper, but it'd be too monochromatic, so that's what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to glue this on to the card. And then, like in a whip, you've got this card that looks like you painted it, but you didn't. I don't know why. I just don't think I could do that very easily. With a lot of practice, maybe, but really. All right, so the key is to just get this kind of centered on here too, on the card and around. And this card, I mean, you could use a off-white cardstock, kind of the beige. That would look really pretty too. And then with this being light here, I'm choosing to put it on the right side versus the left. I just think it would look a little bit better because this looks like it is almost lighting up, highlighting. There you go. So there we have it, a beautiful card that looks like it was watercolored. And all you did was use some distressed ink, a piece of paper that you lightly trace the mountains, and then tear it. You want that torn effect, that rugged. It's not perfect. And then you don't have to, but I embossed a green piece of paper and then created the frame. And then you have this beautiful card. Put your sentiment on it. You don't even have to do that. And you have this gorgeous card, and people are going to think that you actually watercolored that. Feel free to join the team, check our playlist for your favorites, and pop a comment below and say hi.